The Grand Chamber of the Galactic Council fell silent as the emergency alert resonated through its crystalline walls. High Chancellor Vox, the eldest representative of the 7 founding species, rose from his ornate seat at the center of the circular chamber. His translucent skin pulsed with concerned bioluminescence as he addressed the assembled delegates. Esteemed representatives, he began, his voice amplified by the chamber's acoustic properties. Our long-range detection grid has identified an approaching vessel from the quarantine system. The humans have breached containment. Murmurs of disbelief and fear rippled through the assembly. Humanity, the violent, unpredictable species that had destroyed 3 Dralaxian warships in their first contact incident before anyone could explain the misunderstanding. The species subsequently quarantined behind an energy barrier for the safety of the galactic community. Ambassador Trell of the Archean Collective stood, their 4 appendages trembling slightly. Impossible. The barrier was designed to contain their primitive technology for centuries. Nevertheless, replied Vox, the readings are confirmed. It is the Defiance Asterisk. The chamber erupted in chaos. The Defiance Asterisk, the prototype vessel that humans had been constructing when the quarantine was imposed 50 years ago. Intelligence reports had dismissed it as a theoretical exercise, not a functional warship. Display the approach vector, commanded Vox. A holographic projection materialized above the center of the chamber. A sleek, angular vessel moved steadily through space, its design unlike any in the Council's records. Where Council ships favored organic curves and aesthetic harmony, this human vessel was all sharp angles and exposed weapon systems. It radiated menace. Time to arrival? Asked Ambassador Drawn of the Heliox Federation, the oldest spacefaring civilization present. 6 standard hours, replied the security chief. It will reach the Council station before defensive reinforcements can arrive. Vox's bioluminescence dimmed. Open an emergency channel. The holographic display shifted, revealing the bridge of the human vessel. A male human with short gray hair and weathered features stood at its center. Unlike the elaborate ceremonial attire favored by Council representatives, he wore a simple dark uniform with minimal insignia. This is Admiral John Mitchell of the Earth vessel Defiance Asterisk. The human stated, his voice steady and authoritative. We request an immediate audience with the Galactic Council. Vox stepped forward. This is High Chancellor Vox. Your presence violates the quarantine treaty. Return to your system immediately. The human's expression remained impassive. We cannot comply. We have detected a threat to this sector that your systems cannot perceive. The Council station is in imminent danger. Our sensors detect no threat, stated the security chief firmly. Because your technology doesn't operate on quantum entanglement principles, Mitchell replied. We discovered the phenomenon after losing one of our colonies. 3 million dead because we couldn't see it coming. We've developed detection systems specifically calibrated to identify these anomalies. Vox hesitated. Humans were known for many traits: their adaptability, their aggression, their alarming tendency to thrive in hostile environments, but not for deception. Their quarantine had been imposed, not because they were untrustworthy, but because they were dangerously unpredictable. You claim to have violated quarantine to warn us, Vox asked skeptically. To save you, Mitchell corrected. Our sensors indicate a quantum filament collapse will occur in this sector within 5 hours. Nothing within 2 light years will survive. We're transmitting our data now, and we've brought prototype shielding technology that might protect the station. As the data streamed into Council systems, scientists and analysts scrambled to interpret it. Minutes passed in tense silence. Chancellor, the chief scientist finally reported, their data correlates with unexplained energy fluctuations we've been recording. Our instruments interpreted them as background radiation, but the human model suggests they're precursors to a major cosmic event. Vox turned back to the screen. If this is true, why would humans risk breaking quarantine to save us? We imprisoned your species. Mitchell's expression softened slightly, because that's not who we are. The quarantine was your choice, not ours. We understood the fear that drove that decision, but we never stopped developing, never stopped exploring. never stopped believing we could earn our place among the stars. The station can be evacuated, suggested Ambassador Trell. There isn't time, Mitchell replied, but our shield technology might save it. We're offering assistance. Vox studied the human carefully. And what do you request in exchange? The Admiral's mouth curved slightly. A reconsideration. When this is over, we want the Council to review Earth's status. Not as a threat to be contained, but as a potential ally. 3 hours later, the Defiance positioned itself between the Council station and the approaching quantum event. For a warship, it seemed surprisingly small beside the massive diplomatic structure it sought to protect. Shield generators online, reported a technician. Integrating with station systems. An iridescent field expanded from the human vessel, gradually encompassing both structures. Everyone watched as the countdown to impact approached 0. When it hit, the quantum collapse was invisible to standard sight, but the shields flared with brilliant colors as they absorbed unimaginable energies. The station shuddered violently. Power systems fluctuated. For a moment, it seemed certain the protection would fail. Then stillness returned. Outside their protective bubble, sensors showed only emptiness. Nearby systems had been obliterated, space itself distorted beyond recognition. On the view screen, Admiral Mitchell looked exhausted but resolute. Other human ships breached quarantine today to protect Council outposts in 7 sectors. We couldn't save everyone, but we saved who we could. As the emergency session reconvened, Vox realized the fundamental paradox that the Council had never understood about humanity. Their capacity for violence, the very trait that had frightened the Council into imposing quarantine, was inextricably linked to their determination to protect. The Defiance had proven not just humanity's technological ingenuity, but something the Council had never anticipated, their capacity for forgiveness. The quarantine had failed to contain them, but perhaps that was for the best. As Vox prepared to formally reopen diplomatic relations with Earth, he understood that the galaxy's future might depend not on containing humanity's power, but on embracing it.